Hello, my name is Dominic Underhallhouse and welcome to another episode of Moonbreaker. I'm going to continue this same series as we've been doing the last few videos and seeing if I can learn this list from packs. So if you haven't seen the game so far in the last few videos, essentially it's a Gardener Joe, just a full control list. The aim of the game is to basically immobilize, stun, you just reduce the damage of the enemy units so that they become ineffectual, and from that point we either charge up Fury and take over the game or try and lock their captain out of control points and win in that route. It's brutal to learn. It's really cool. Some of the most fun I've had in a while, but it's a very difficult list to learn. So I'm still debating what we do in the early game. Like, do we play into like a blind board state? Do we play Tantan or Whispers? You know, if we play Tantan and they play an Axial Pyro, it doesn't do anything. You know, what's the right choice? Is turn one Stitchy sometimes right, sometimes not? You know, like, it's very difficult to know which are the right plays to make at the right point in time, and I think I'm gradually learning, but this might take a while. So this list is fantastic. Pax, thank you again for making this. This is a really fun thing to do. So we're going to jump into a game and see if we can have any better luck. And if you're enjoying the content, please do like, comment, subscribe, join us over on Patreon. Subscriptions would mean a lot to me. My big goal at the moment is trying to push for 500 subs before my wedding at the end of October. So that would be absolutely amazing if we could do that. But for now, I'll see you in game. Okay, we have found ourselves a game. It's another Gardener Joe mirror match, and this time we're against Snake Doctor at level 22 player. So I found that Gardener Joe last time, it was getting there. Like, I'm starting to figure this out. This is a very hard list to learn. I don't know how Pax had the patience to just start figuring this out, but I feel like it's one of those things where once you do learn it, you're really going to start benefiting from learning the playstyles and things. I think the hard part I'm finding is when to start contesting points. I think I'm just letting myself get a bit too stuck early on and not actually doing anything. I should have fertilized. I didn't even fertilize. Oh, what a waste. I mean, I'm not really going to use it next turn anyway. I just want to try and keep mobile, figure out what I want to do. I mean, maybe it could have got me a little bit safer back here. Okay, so they've got Broken Vengeance, so what do we do versus that? I mean, Tantan works well. If that's all they've got, if we move up aggressively, we can Tantan that. So maybe that's what we have to do. I think the thing is finding that we're slightly behind in terms of tempo is quite difficult, because we don't really have catch-up mechanics in this. Like here, so next turn we're going to have 4. So we're probably going to want to play Snareling or Torian. But then, yeah, so if we save here, we still don't put out Stitchy. We can still potentially get a turn 4 Peacemaker Balam. And Balam is the big deal on this. I still feel like we just need that little bit of movement. Yeah, so they're going to go for what's his name? Fate Twister Tantan. I'm forgetting the names of the units now. This is how this is going right now. Forgetting what the units are even called. I think this is slowly whittling my brain away to ash. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it, but I don't think it's doing my learning capabilities the best job. I mean, this could be a good Torian situation, actually, because Torian helps me buy a bit of time here. And then we could potentially look at going for like Torian into Broken Vengeance works well. Deadeye is very inconvenient, especially if they play like a Maximus as well. Antios. Okay. So the question... Oh, they're going to fertilize, yeah. So now I just feel worried, because this is going to easily be able to reach anything we can do. So I suppose the option here would be to... Can we do this without line of sight? I can't remember if we can or not. So I think we're just... Let's do science here. Let's go as far back as we can and see if we can... Yeah, we can do it without line of sight. I'm kind of okay just moving back here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to deploy Torian down this way to try and protect this. We're going to move back, and then we're going to try and just set up a plant. And just, there's no real reason not to, basically. I don't think we really need the plant now, but we might as well just give them something to work towards. So we're managing to contest points, which is good. We're going to get Balam next turn, but again, going second here, it really feels like we're a long way behind. You know, like I don't feel confident at all. So the good news here is this is going to miss, so it doesn't matter what they do. The question is, can we... Yeah, so Broken Vengeance going on to Torian is okay. This is so much movement. If they go for our captain here, that's fine, because we can just move back here and try and stay safe. I'm okay with this completely. It depends on what Deadeye does here now. Interestingly, we can just keep triggering this every turn, and now we're onto Peacemaker Balam territory, but with Balam, we're going to want to be moving forward this way still, or trying to pick up an extra unit. So I'm not sure how this is going to go. Let's just hope it's not an ability unit. It's an ability unit, of course it is. So now we can't group up as much. We're going to have to spread out as much as we can. This is fine. I think the plan basically has to be go in this direction, spread out. I mean, if they miss that would be nice. Okay, they hit it, it's fine. So we're going to move down here to avoid that. The Tonia can push up this direction. And then how do we go from here? So this basically saves us from Broken Vengeance almost entirely. This season of the hunt has to happen. But we can't actually reach that other objective is the awkward part here. So what do we do? We could move Torian, but then Torian will be out of defensive range here. We're going to need to... I think we need to go for Balam. The other option is Neck Divine and Whispers. Like, Whispers does a bit, but not enough. We've already moved. You know what, I think we take one turn of hits. So let's go for... Let's go for here and see if we can survive with this. We want this to be our protected unit rather than that. So then we're going to fertilise soil on these two. I think we do just move Fate Twister Tantan back. And just try and deal with that in a future turn.
Your heart beating fast too?
I'm kind of alright with this. This is in range. But we don't want to hit anyway, so we'll just move here. We don't want to hit this anyway because we've turned off that attack for one turn, so if we do that now, it's just completely wasteful. Yeah, so they're going to go stop this. So these are going to pair off. That's fine, that's just dealt with. Detonia is now going to be one of the things that we try and deal with. But the question is, how do we do this? So, I mean, Ursic's Neck Divine completely ignores her damage. Pretty much every turn. We're going to have 5 next turn, so we could play... I mean, Turncoat and Stitchy would also be okay, but I think it could be Neck Divine here. Like, Neck Divine works really well in this situation. They could go for the Deadeye here. If they Deadeye and miss one of the... Ooh, we could get a double stun. Interesting. Don't do it. Don't do it. We need to find ways of... Wow, hitting that is brutal. Okay, so... Of course Deadeye hits that as well. But if we can potentially get a double stun next turn, we're in with a shot. Because we can move Zhou down, we can start healing up here. Tantan's just going to deal with that every turn. If this double stun is doable, then we could do it. I mean, ideally we'd like these two. And then... Ooh, Axel Pyro. Okay, so Axel Pyro will be the double stun target over here. So the Spore Puff... Yeah, so Spore Puff should be able to do this here. Question is, how do we defend against 5 health? I think it's coming around this angle and just going super defensive. Yeah, so this Spore Puff is great. We want to deploy... Maybe even just... I mean, Neck Divine is really good here, so... What if we just take the risk ourselves. So this obviously needs to happen.
It's chaos.
And we just sort of move back here safely. And, excuse me? Oh, they didn't attack. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so we can just save that for next turn. So actually, I still think we want to Nectarvine here. But we don't want it to have the Torian buff. So it can go here maybe, protect it a little bit. And then to be completely honest, Stitchy over here feels like a good call right now.
Oh boy, combat.
If Torian moves back here,
I'm swooping in.
we'll fertilise soil on these. And we'll plant ourselves a thorn vine up front. Okay, feels like we're coming into this. We might not be out of this. This one's starting to go to plan. We're only 1 point behind in terms of points, so we're not going to win on points. But they're ticking up very slowly. And they've got a very low chance of hitting Torian here. And next turn we start healing multiple things per turn. And if they make any misplays whatsoever, we can start just dealing with things. So Stitchy's going to be the thing we don't want them to kill. But we can just heal Stitchy and we can move into the range of this. So this works as long as I don't... because I can't kill Stitchy this turn. These two are stunned forever. This is dealt with forever. And we just need to out-heal the damage coming from these two, basically. And if they don't focus fire, we can do that. I mean, I think this is nearly the point where we start doing the Furia. And trying to stack up the damage. Because also, if they don't attack with Antios, we can Fate Twist a Tantan Furia and just get that started. Yeah, I mean, it'd be even better if they deployed something badly. That'd be great, but I don't think that's quite going to happen. Realistically, we'd love like a Snareling to deal with this or to block it in a corner, but that's fine. Okay, well that's our Snareling target. Interestingly, yeah, so they're going to hit here. So we need to make that miss. So what can we do here? We've still got the double spore buff there, potentially one up there.
What if we hurt
I mean, Stitchy came down here, we've got loads of heals. So I think it might just be Furia that we need. But we also need to... I guess they can't quite get through that gap. So if we pop a Thorn Vine down, say, here... that'll also stop pretty much all of this. There we go. Perfect. So then this Spore Puff still goes here. This is fine. We'll still make you miss down here, and we'll move... again, just slightly further away. We're still touching that, so Stitchy's going to heal 2 here anyway. And the most they've got... okay, so yeah, we'll move down here. I think that looks in range of Torian, but I'm not going to take any risks. We'll just heal this way. So Torian can go over there and stop them scoring, but also I think we just actually want to play Furia. And have Furia maybe like all the way back here. So we're in both ranges of buffs. And you know what? Because they've got nothing coming there, let's Torian here. So this way, even if they get through here, they can't get to our valuable units. So this makes it even harder for things to churn through what we need them to. They're getting their points. Okay, I think we might have a good chance here. I mean, if needs be, we can just send this down here. And, you know, they're going to be ticking up on points, sure, but we can actually just kill Broken Vengeance if we need to. And, like, it's not ideal. We'd rather be playing things out to sort of slow the game down, but if they kill something we don't need, we can absolutely start taking this game down. This is hilarious. This just doesn't matter. But, I mean, a Snareling would be a good thing to get out. So probably need to find a way of killing some of our less useful units, like Torian. So if they move Broken Vengeance around this way to shoot here, I will be moving Torian up to try and deal with the Broken Vengeance himself. Yeah, deal with himself, with her. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, so this is all fine. This side's locked up. Again, we just need to find a way to get the game heading in our favour, and I think Yeah, Furia might be the way to do that. Interesting enough, we're nearly at the point where we could take a turn. Like, if we just move Stitchy down here and heal, we can actually take one turn of damage over here as well. Yeah, so Esley's going to have to take some damage as well. Okay, so they're just ending the turn, are they? Yeah. So this is still the right Spore Puff, I think. I mean, we could go over there, but again, this is the Spore Puff we want. So the question is, what do we do? How do we win the game? This we have to do every turn. And we just pop over here. To be completely honest, maybe just...
Perfect form takes sweaty practice.
I don't know how we do this.
Present and sterile.
We could heal the plant. Or we just heal that. That's going to heal anyway. So let's fertilise soil all of these. Furia can just... She's going to take the damage anyway, so she's kind of just okay where she is. We just need to keep building plants, I think. So let's go here. Build this wall up so they have to come this way if they want to. I think this works. Yeah, and then do the plants move? Surely this plant should be moving. Oh no, shooting rather. So we've got a few turns. And we just need at some point to move over here and just block one of these off. This doesn't matter. Because if they kill off one of their own units, we're fine. They're going to take two there anyway, and then potentially take a bunch back. This is all good. So, yeah, literally the only thing we're missing now is a way to tick the board state into our favour. So, we actually want these to die, and we can start moving in this direction to just take this point up, and then we can keep Furia alive the entire time. Again, this doesn't matter. As long as they keep remembering to attack, they don't just give us the free activation on Furia. That's the only thing they really need to worry about. So again, we're just going to Spore Puff over here. The interesting part is I do think we need to break through this eventually. So, what if here... I mean, we could also just try and use Furia aggressively. We did this already, didn't we? No. So Stitchy can go over there and actually heal in that direction. So maybe Stitchy's plan is going here now. I think this is actually Stitchy's game plan. We still fertilise soil on... Okay, so actually if Torian goes over here, we fertilise... So move Furia up a little... Actually, Furia can stay there. We'll fertilise soil here. There's nothing really to syringe unless... What's the range? Not long enough. So I guess we just move this down here for safety so we can syringe next turn if we need to. I think this is it. I think this is how we do it. We put Stitchy over here so that Stitchy is going to be able to basically out-heal the damage from Deadeye. That's the plan. So if Stitchy can out-heal Deadeye, we can just take this point and then we control the game to victory. Because none of this really matters. They can't probably kill Torian very easily. I mean, they're going to have to get through a lot of damage. So now that's... Again, we can just move back here and just start healing again if we need to. This is fine. So they can fit through the gap, but we can just plant another mine there. Another plant there. So there you go. So they're going to try and slow Stitchy down. But now they've got all three plants. So we can just move Stitchy this way over a couple of turns and we'll be fine. I think we might have access to this game. Like, to winning this game. We're not far off. This is just fine. If I were them, I'd be taking Deadeye, and I'd be using Deadeye to try and take pot shots over at Fate Twister Tantan. I think that's the way that they have to do this, because that's the way they can get on board. Okay, yeah.
Was I programmed this
So
way?
again, we go for the Spore Puff. We know it's the same 2 units every turn. go for this. Again, we don't really need to do much here other than plant a thorn vine, which we can just pop in this little gap. Furia can just... I mean, we don't need to do anything really, we just head this direction. And we've got a couple of turns, so the range on fertilised soil is not long. But if we do this, this is a pretty decent one. I mean, we could send this in to try and deal with that, but I actually think we'd rather just play defensive. Furia can't quite get where we want it to be, so this is all fine. Sure. We get 2 turns to touch this. And I don't think they're going to be able to body block us from using Stitchy to do so, because for one thing, we're there next turn. So what's their plan? How are they going to stop this? Okay, they're using Deadeye. Yeah, so if Deadeye is going for Stitchy, they now can't move here though. They can't get to this point, and we can just... I mean, that doesn't matter anyway. We can just move in here and heal unless they have... Oh, do they have another plant? Oh, a plant's died. Yeah, they're going to be able to block it off that angle. Interesting. Okay, so now we have to get aggressive because they're going to be able to... Oh wait, where did that just go? There's no plant there on my screen. I can just walk up here. Okay, they've killed one of our plants. That's also fine, because now that gives us a little bit more leeway. What was that? I keep hearing things that don't make sense to me here. So the question is, can we put any damage down onto their captain? Do they have 3 plants? They got 1 plant, 2 plant. Where's the third? There was one here. Like I thought they just put one down here. So this is now an interesting stun, but we then would be dying to Axel Pyro is the problem. So this is what we need to do. Can we hide well enough? I mean, Axel Pyro doesn't do enough. Maybe. So now we've stopped that. Now what can we do? Like, this needs to happen still every turn. You can never forget this. This needs to happen every turn as well. Stop these. But what I actually think now is, because this up here doesn't really matter, so how far can we get with this? So maybe we just bring this round here and bring this over here so that we take the hit on our captain. Leave Torian dealing with this side of things. In fact, Torian can fit through here. So let's send Torian over here and send this over here. I didn't think I touched anything then. Sure. So now we've got multiple things holding off of stuff. I think we're nearly there. Nearly there. Like, can we do this? We've got this locked up down here. They haven't got what they want to here, so they can take us down to 7. But I don't know if they can even use enough Cinder to activate Blindside Wrestly. And we can start healing a ton here. And if they now move, we've now got another unit that can get accuracy. Yeah, so we're down to 7. So next turn they can deal with this. But if they position badly, then we're safe anyway. So we're kind of doing okay here. We just need to get a little bit of damage onto their captain. And we can do 21 as it stands at the moment. Nearly 22. Sure, you can miss that all you like. Yeah, you can go here and do this. But we can heal all of this up anyway. So we're now contesting that point and we can start damaging the captain. I think we're there. We're nearly there. We finally might have got one of these done. We're touching all points. We're slowing the game down enough. We're going to be in control. We're going to start damaging over here. Ooh. So, nutrient syringe ourselves. We're going to come and start poking Gardener Joe. We're going to swap off these again. Because this is the way the game is now. This is our life now. We're going to move to here. Yeah, we're going to move to here. Tantan is going to move up here to try and get a little bit further away. I'm going to fertilise soil on both of these.
Why was I programmed this way?
Oh, hang on, we left the point. It's fine, it's just one. It's just one. Okay, the stun's already done. We may as well... gone to the wrong point. We just stay here, I think, actually. We'll just move back into this. This works. So they've got to 9 points. But then next turn, we should be able to win this. Okay, they've got all their plants. They can't deploy any units. They can't do much damage. They can deal with Stitchy, but they can't move Joe away. And we've got 21 damage coming from Furia. So I think we've got it. Like, this was a bit of a mistake because we could have just had an extra turn for no reason. But I think the list worked. We finally got our first winning game out of this. Fingers crossed. I may have missed something. I may have misplayed. Like, maybe there's a way they can get enough damage onto this, or something going on over here. But all in all, this is looking okay. I can't see what else the answer would be. Oh, come on. This has got me... I feel tense now. Yeah, sure. Miss that all you like. As long as I can get line of sight onto Joe and the guaranteed crit, or guaranteed hit, we should have this. So we'll do this first, just in case there's anything odd that would miss this. Get them to 21. Well, to less than 21, rather. Guaranteed hit on Furia. Furia comes up here. Shoots Gardener Joe. We finally did it. We finally did it. Oh, that was satisfying. That was a really, really satisfying game. Snake Doctor, thank you for being a good sport and playing that out. It was an unbelievably fun game. That was so entertaining. So, if any of the developers are watching, or the dev team, or anyone at all, like, this was a really fun way to play, is having a completely different play style, being able to try and neutralize things. I don't think this should be like a prevalent thing. I don't want it to be like a, you know, it's the meta choice to try and lock your opponent out of the game, because that doesn't feel fun. But this was fun. Like, this was really fun for me. Really awkward, all in all. I think if our opponent had gone for Deadeye shots onto our Fate Twister Tantan, we could have maybe saved it, but with Stitchy, but then maybe Stitchy couldn't have got there to take that point in time. So that was it. We managed it. I'm really happy. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. I know I have. If you have, please hit that subscribe button. It means so much to me. If you've got ideas for similar lists, similar things like this, I would absolutely love to hear them. I'm going to be playing, you know, as much Moonbreaker as I can. I'm really excited for the new update, but I'm really just having a lot of fun in the meantime. Anyway, if you want to support the channel, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, Patreon, all the normal things. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and most importantly, have a good day.